In this video, we have something special and different for you than what we've normally done. If you are wanting to build your own soap business and you have no idea where to get started, or maybe you've already started a soap business, maybe you've taken a few steps down that path and now you're stuck somewhere and you don't know where to get help, this video is just for you. We have a soap business coaching course that's available to you right now. And this is something that I want to just kind of talk about just a little bit because I feel like this is kind of a nebulous idea to a lot of people, especially if you feel kind of alone on this journey, or you feel like if I'm a real business person, I have to figure this out on my own. And that just isn't true. So let's talk for a minute about the word coaching. Who typically, like when you think about a coach, who has a coach? I think of sports teams or like Olympic athletes, or even we don't really call them coaches, but like people who are learning to play a musical instrument, especially at a very high level. They don't know how to do that. None of these people know how to do this on their own. They have to learn from someone who has done it before, or learn from someone who knows the path that they need to take to get where they want to be. Now, none of these people are going to reach like Olympic level athlete status on their own. They have to have someone who not only knows the path, but also can kind of look at what they're doing from the outside and give them pointers, give them tips, help keep them on the path that's going to get them there the fastest, but also kind of help them sort out the weeds along the way, because there's always weeds. There's always stuff that you have to figure out, and you just need someone to help you get through that process. So that's what a coach is. So if you want, so now let's apply this to building a soap business. If you would really like to have a soap business, but building a business, like you don't even know where to get started with that, coaching is absolutely for you. That's how you can find that path and really help move the furthest, the fastest, without getting stuck in all the weeds of things that you don't know how to do. Another thing is if you've kind of messed around with this idea, or you've got some pieces in place but now you're stuck and you don't know how to move forward, coaching is also for you, just to help you get over that barrier and any others that tend to creep up, because there will be multiples of those, and just gives you a way to get over that barrier and keep moving forward and not like spin out in frustration. We all know how that feels, where you don't know what you're doing and you don't know where to find help, and all of a sudden this idea feels way harder than it really has to because you don't know how to move forward. So this is exactly the type of thing that coaching is for, and our soap business coaching course is exactly for you. Our course is called Build Your Business. And we just want to walk alongside you as you build your soap business and really help you move forward. So if you are interested in this program, this is what this whole video is about. But the links and the details to how to access that program are in the description of this video. We're going to be talking more about this at the end of the video. So there will be some more details there. But if you'd like to check it out right away, all that information is in the description, and you can check that out anytime you'd like to. So in this video, and this, I'm excited for this video, this is a fun one. We are going to hear from a group of Build Your Business alumni. Again, that's our soap business coaching course, Build Your Business alumni. These are ladies who have taken the course, who have built their business by taking the steps we outline in the course, and we're going to hear their stories of what happened while they were taking the course and what happened to their business as a result of that. They don't hold anything back. This is such a fun, you're just going to hear snips of conversations that I have had with them, where they just really kind of lay it all out there. This is what happened. This is what I needed. This is what I got. And this was the outcome of that. So if you would like to grow a soap business and the idea of getting some help intrigues you, then join me as I chat with our Build Your Business alumni. These are fun conversations, and I can't wait to share them with you. Before you ever took Build Your Business, where was your business? Where did you start? Just how did you get going with your business?
I had nothing, no soap, no nothing. And I decided after taking the online class just to make the soap. I said, yep, that's it. We're going to have a business. So I asked you, I think early on, I probably put it in the Facebook, when is the next business? Because I think you had finished one up and I heard talkings online about it. And I don't know, it was something that I could just see doing a business for. So I wanted to do it. No soap, no nothing, but I was ready to go.
I started from ground zero in all reality.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I started out with Build Your Business because I didn't have any income
Mm-hmm.
that I saved or did anything with, or actually, saved towards the business or paid myself with or anything like that. So basically, I did start from ground zero, even though I had a business going already. I was just throwing all that money right back in and
Yeah.
not keeping anything in reserve in case something happened.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's an easy um misthought. I'm missing a word there. Like it's easy to be for people to be confused because they assume people who have businesses also have money. And I feel
Yes.
like sometimes businesses, when you look at them, sometimes those people, to get their finances squared away, they're actually starting at a deficit. So they're starting with a negative number. You're starting at zero, but at least you're at zero. You know, the other
Right.
businesses can be way bigger trouble than it looks.
Right. And in reality, I started with a negative number because
Mhm.
I had been pouring all that money out
Yep.
for a year before I really got a grip on everything, or almost
Hmm.
a year. So
Hmm.
I did actually start negative, even though I did have a business that was going already.
So then what was like, what, did you have a business at that point, or was that even the goal as you were getting started?
No, actually, you're right. It wasn't even the goal. The goal in the beginning was just to be able to have soap for ourselves,
Hmm.
so that, we didn't have the allergies. And then once we mentioned it to other people that we were making the soaps and seeing that other people weren't able to get the soaps, it kind of started to take off from there of, what, maybe we could provide this service, and we could do this. And then just needed a direction for it.
Mm-hmm. So then my question is like, where was your business before you took the Build Your Business class? But it sounds like it wasn't really
No
anywhere.
business. That's right. We actually had no business when we took it. So when we took the Build Your Business class, we were interested in the business aspect of it,
Hmm.
wanted to see more about it, and took the class then so we could learn about what that would look like if we were to have a business doing it. So
Hmm.
the Build Your Business class really kind of informed us on what the business model would look, what a business would look like in doing goat's milk soap, and kind of turned that into a reality for us, which it has. And gave us the tools to do that. So in the beginning, a year ago, we weren't even thinking about having a goat milk soap business. We were just thinking, okay, how can we make soaps for our family? And now we have a business, a website. We're in a couple local stores, and looking to expand it.
So what was that thought that because you kind of chewed around the edges of taking Build Your Business for a little while. We talked a few times. What was that thought that made you go, okay, this is what I need to do. This is worth the investment of money and time and all of that. What was that thought that tipped it over the edge for you?
I can stand in my kitchen and I can make soap every day. I can make it every weekend. And I can try and find outlets for it, but I don't know how to sell it. I don't know how to um, product, you know, provide a good product to people out there. I can provide a good product to my friends and my family and my coworkers and everything else like that, but I wanted to be more than that. So that's really what the decision was. And I talked to my dad, and I talked to, a couple of friends, and everybody said, do this. And then I went and talked to my tax person, and she says, you need to do this. This could be big.
So I've, made products that I think are good. But just never like known how to get out there and doing it. Never knowing like what the rules were behind selling or, labeling your product. Um, and it's always fun to be able to make some money with something that you enjoy doing.
There were a couple of things. One of them was the fact that I could see it happening. I could see that it was a product. it's a consumable. I could see that people would want it. I could see that it was something I could make, and I can see that it would be a viable business option.
Mhm.
And, I think I said this before, I hit that button before I could change my own mind because, I was like, okay, sign me up quick. And I did it because you can always come up with a reason for not doing it. I could have talked myself out of it just as fast as I talked myself into it because there's always stuff going on. There's other things that are going to be in the way. And you can always say, well, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And I'm like, nope, I'm doing it now. 6 months down the road, I still wouldn't know anything about starting my own business. So
Right.
my own situation wasn't going to change unless I did something to change it. And that was really what it was.
Yeah. Those are great words because, if you want it to be different, then you got to do something different. So you said you started from zero.
Yeah.
So the next question was like, what holes did you have in what you knew about building a business? But I'm guessing it was just all one big hole.
It was one big old black hole that had no idea how to do. Nothing.
Mhm.
I've had a farm for, several years, and I've done the pigs and I've done the chickens, and, I've sold the eggs, but that's just playing. That's just a hobby. This is a hobby that turned into a business, and I didn't know how to do it. And if I
Mhm.
hadn't taken the classes and even taken the how to build your website, I would still be in the same boat.
Some of the holes that I was missing were the legal parts. And those were certainly addressed 100%. Another very large piece was the financial aspect of build your business. I happened to be very fortunate and I had a little bit of extra money to just keep dumping and dumping and dumping. And I wasn't appropriately bringing money back into my accounts. I was just putting money out and then thinking, oh, this is really cool. I have money in my money box, and not giving it a whole lot of thought. So there was also a module that addressed financial, which was absolutely super priceless. I'm actually making an income now. I have money set aside. I know I have money set aside for my profit sharing of my company that is now structurally legal. I have money set aside for my taxes, all those kinds of things that come in that you need to count for. And then I also finally set up accounts to pay myself back for that initial setup fee, which I did have for our taxes. I had it and it sort of blew my mind when I saw
Mhm.
the number after I added everything because I just kept pouring money in, and not taking anything back out. So I think those pieces, the legal aspect, I had a serious hole with, and the financial aspect, I had an ocean of a hole going on. I was just dumping money in, and it was like a hobby. It wasn't
Yep.
a business, it was a hobby.
If these conversations have been fun for you and it started to build kind of a little bit of excitement of maybe this could work for me. Maybe this is exactly what I need. And if you would like to get just a little taste of what this soap business coaching would be like for free, click the link in the video description for Vision Week. This is our free workshop that will get you thinking about what business type might be best for you, and also what you're going to need to be thinking about as you start this journey of starting your own business. The details and the instructions are in the description and in the link. So you can click that link and sign up for our Vision Week workshop anytime. Now let's get back to talking to our friends. What was your biggest takeaway, or maybe your favorite week, or that topic that you just really enjoyed, maybe even enjoyed going back to the second time and just rehashing?
There were, let's see, there were a few things that I'd have to say I probably didn't know anything at all about and where I was surprised to go through. And I don't know that anyone would pick week 2 to say their favorite week, but I liked week 2 with all the little details because I felt like, okay, here it is. This is really what I need. I could not have come up with those things on my own, like the different types of business and how to go about setting yourself up and doing all those types of things. I liked all that because I felt like when I had those things ticked off my list, that it was like the frame for the house was up. We're good.
Yeah.
Now we need to fill out all the other things. So I liked that part the best. And the other one I really enjoyed was profit first, because I am not a numbers person and I don't do spreadsheets and I don't do all that kind of stuff. And I know it's a very important part of your business to be managing those kind of numbers and things like that. And the fact that it could be made simple was a wow.
If I remember right, I think you guys kind of jumped in several weeks into the course. Like the course had already been going on for several weeks, and then you guys jumped in at that point. Am I right there?
Yes, that's right. We didn't want to wait then for the next course. We were so excited to get in. And we really liked the fact with the course that we could kind of do it as our own pace. We could kind of jump right in, take the classes that we had missed so that we didn't have to wait, and kind of go along when we could go along with the busyness of our family, and still have that support though that the class offers, and then watching the videos also that are there. And so we were just ready to jump right in then to see what we could do with it.
Sure. I remember from my side seeing you guys purchase the course, and then you kind of stayed like under the radar for a long time. And I kind of wondered like, I wonder what they're doing, because I didn't hear a lot from me. And all of a sudden, bloop, here's this huge business with all these people doing everything. And like, oh wow, they've really been busy.
Yeah, we felt kind of bad because we weren't kind of involved with the class, but yeah, because everything was there for us when we could. I had 7 children at the time, now 8, and we have the farm and everything, and my husband's business. So it was really nice with the class that we could take it when we could. So even though we couldn't make the times, yet all the information was still available there for us when we could.
What sticks in your mind as like your favorite topic or your favorite memory from Build Your Business? And it doesn't have to be like a week topic, but just what is like you really enjoyed learning about this, or it like sticks in your memory?
The labeling lesson was the most aha moment. The social media was certainly a lot of fun because I'm not the guru on that. So I found that very, very interesting. However, the weekly camaraderie of the people in the group, and that wasn't a lesson, that was a community feeling. Women that I will probably never sit at the same table with and have a meal, but if I happen to see them someplace along the way because of our Zoom meetings, I would most definitely run up to them and say, hey, you're so-and-so, we're in the Zoom meetings together. And I know that they would welcome the thought of, yes, we're in the same business. We're not competitors. We are cheerleaders, we're supporters, we are confidants when things go a little crosswise. But just that type of thing was something that was so much fun on a weekly basis.
And Build Your Business, you're actually also building camaraderie, a very strong bond with other people that are trying to do the same thing you're doing. And maybe they found an easier way to do it. I've made some great friends through Build Your Business in different parts of the country, which is pretty cool. It's a different kind of closeness that you get. You get close in Sassy Soapers, you get friends, close friends in Build Your Business.
Can you speak to the community piece in Build Your Business? Because Build Your Business is a class. We have teaching, and we have, there's homework that you need to do. I mean, homework, right? There's things you need to be working on to get your business together. But there's also this group of women who come to the same calls every week, and there's something that happens there. Could you speak to that?
That was phenomenal. in today's society, when you go on to the Facebook forums and you're asking a question, there's people out there that just sit there and they just wait to be mean and to be negative and to tear you down. And they're doing it for the entertainment. With Build Your Business, I didn't see any of that. If what I saw was everybody becoming this little close-knit family that wants to see you succeed and will do everything in their power to help you succeed, including getting on the phone with me as I'm basically in tears because I cannot figure out how to do something. And she just walked along with me and was saying, it's okay, I get it. And everybody was like that. The kindness and the support is not something you see often. And this is what happens when you have people that like-minded people that want to see everybody succeed and are not in it for the entertainment. They're in it to make sure that they succeed and you succeed. And the only thing I can think of is it becomes a family. And it was like the strangest thing that I had ever been a part of, other than being a part of a church family.
You know, you just learn so much from everybody else, whether they've been through it before or if this is their first time. You know, you share the highs and you share the lows with them. And so you just kind of build like this bond or this kind of friendship and stuff with them. And then you feel more comfortable asking questions because it is such a tighter knit group. I mean, nobody wants to like ask a stupid question or whatever, but I mean, nobody was like, that was totally dumb. You know, it's like, hey, we've all been there, you know, and you're going to make it through, or like, this is what I did to combat this issue and stuff. And so it was nice to have, more of a tight knit group.
What about the relationships built in Build Your Business? How is that? Yeah, can you speak to that community piece too?
All of those ladies that I've gone through Build Your Business, I would now consider to be friends. These are people that I reach out to with my successes and failures, and I ask questions related to business. Hey, I'm going to go do this. What do y'all think about this? You know, has anyone tried this? If you've done a show, what were you finding this? What's selling for you? So we go back and forth and talk with each other about our businesses and our business questions. And there's always somebody listening out there. So, you know, I have somebody I can reach out to at any time and ask a question, but I consider them now my friends. We've done this all together and we're all over. We don't live near each other, but it feels like we do because we're just a click away.
So then compare that to where are you now? Like what has happened in between time?
Everything has happened. I have a business. I took Build Your Business the first time through. By the end of the 10 weeks, I had been making soap all along while we were learning how to make a business. And by the end, I had a business. I had a website. I had product. I knew what I was doing. It was a lot of fun. And just like that, it was a business.
Just like that. And a whole lot
Yep.
of hard work in between there. But
well, 10 weeks, you know, in the overall scheme of things, 10 weeks is not a lot of time at all to get a business going. So that's what it felt like. It felt like just instantly, poof, here's your business.
That's awesome. I think we have to temper that as we're selling it to new people. Like there's a whole lot of work in that 10 weeks.
Yes.
But it does come around quickly. You're right.
You allowed us to dream big. And in fact, I just got back from a vacation where it's nice and warm and sunny. And the people down there in the business office said, what do you do for a living? And no longer do I say, I'm retired. I take care of my grandchildren. I am an entrepreneur.
Yep.
I make goat milk soap and lotion.
So can you describe your business now? Like where are you now? This is about a year-ish into your business?
Yeah, I think when did we start? February, March? And so now we have our website up. We've been going to craft shows. We have a couple people who are following us now as far as, you know, wanting to continue with our products, try new products. We have our products in several local stores. One's like a general store. One is a jewelry store, actually, for gifts. One is a kind of, she has like an art studio, but has other vendors on the side. We actually have a health food store that's interested in our products because they sell soaps and different things. So we are trying to now expand into stores. We have our craft shows. We're coming up with our craft show list. We have our Shopify store. We actually just got an order this past week, which is our 5th one since we started it a month ago.
Okay.
So it's on its way. It's amazing how the classes and everything has prepared us to do what we never even thought we wanted to do, but it's given us the opportunity to do it. And that's been such a blessing.
So then what was that thought process that led you to deciding, yes, build your businesses, I want to invest this time and this money in my business?
Okay. That's a good question, because the first time around, I listened to everything, and my business was doing okay. I was doing some online, and it was fairly steady, and it worked. But the first class going through Build Your Business was doing all this really cool stuff that I was seeing on the sidelines, since I wasn't part of it. And honestly, initially, I thought, I don't know if I can afford that much money. But one of the things that you said to me by the second time around really resonated with the fact that if you do a couple of shows, you've likely just paid for that Build Your Business.
So would you recommend Build Your Business? Would you recommend taking Build Your Business? And maybe also let's speak to the website building portion. It was called Lather to Lunch, but
Yeah.
but how about both of those? What would you recommend those in general?
Absolutely, 100%. To be honest, we were hesitant because, of course, with our family and things and starting and the costs, but you cannot put a price on the information that is given and how it accelerates your knowledge and propels you into what you're doing, because you could spend hours of researching and not get what you're trying to find. And all of it is really right there for you. And it's right there for you when you're able to find it, busy lives, work schedules, that kind of thing. Everything is all right there that you can pace yourself through. And then helping to build our website. I am so computer illiterate, yet it was done in such a way that I could understand it and I could do it. And I did it, because you can go on our website and see I did it.
Yes.
This was so wonderful for me. And also then, but somebody else can too. And the tools are there that when you want to, you can go and do it. So I absolutely would recommend it, because without it, we would not be where we are. There is no way we would be where we are without the tools that are provided in these classes.
So would you recommend, I think I can probably guess that, would you recommend Build Your Business? But more specifically, what would you say to somebody who is thinking about it? Maybe they're already thinking about, they're already maybe taking steps toward, maybe they've already sold soap and they want to make it legal, like you were. Or maybe it's just in the back of their mind, they're thinking, I really like making soap, but I can see it's going to start stacking up. What would you say to these people?
There's so much information that comes from the individuals in that class, that it really, I highly recommend it. And I think that if you're thinking, what do I do with all this soap? You really need to think about taking Build Your Business, and you also need to know you can make money with that soap.
So would you recommend Build Your Business, and why?
I would recommend Build Your Business because it will give you the foundation that you need in order to reach your vision.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your vision is for your business, it gives you the tools that you need in order to achieve that in 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can be whatever you want it to be. And if you're trying to do this on your own, it will take you much longer than 10 weeks to do that.
Would you recommend build your business to other people, but specifically, that, but then also, what would you say to somebody who is where you were before you clicked the buy button, where you were talking to your accountant and you were talking to your dad and all the things? If they were talking to you, what would you say to them?
I would definitely do your tell them to do their due diligence like I did. Because you need to make sure that you're gonna spend the money, you're gonna spend the time, do the effort, and want to succeed, because the hobby aspect goes away and it becomes a job and it becomes a business. So you have to be ready to take that on and to know that this is a long-term thing. And then it comes right down to the point with, after you've done your due diligence, if you're still, got some trepidation, jump in, because you're only going to be able to find out so much by doing your due diligence, and it literally takes a leap of faith to figure out whether or not this is what you're supposed to do. And I would say, you want to know what? Just exactly what my friends and family said, is just do it. You're not going to know unless you do it. If you take something away from it, great. If not, if you wasted your money, well then, okay, you know better than to do that again. And not a penny was wasted.
I would say jump in and do it. It's a tax write-off, so if you're worried about something like that, it's that's great for that. But you don't know until you try it. So there was somebody who had mentioned that on the question, or the little intro call that you had, and then that she had just jumped right in and she hadn't even made soap yet. And I thought, well, that's pretty smart. If she thought anything about even considering it, why not jump in right away and do it? So that way you have all the details. So yeah, I would totally suggest jumping in and doing it.
I would recommend the Build Your Business, because it does give you that sense of direction on where you need to go. But it also gives you the freedom to go at your own pace, and it gives you the freedom to make your own choices. It doesn't say you have to do this or have to do that. It's like, hey, this is what's worked well, but you could certainly, have that freedom to investigate different things.
It is very well worth it, and I would say just do it. Like I said, I could have talked myself out of doing it, because there's always going to be a lot going on in your life, and there's always going to be something else that needs to be done. But the thing about Build Your Business is the way that it's structured. You don't have to be on top of everything every minute. There's a lot of give with the program. So if Tuesday isn't quite working for you, watch the video on Wednesday, and get in there when you can. There's not, I've seen a few people had said this going through the program, oh, I'm behind. There's not behind.
Mm-mm.
You're doing it at your own pace. The important thing is to start. And then you will get that ball rolling and you'll go from there. The videos are going to be there for you to go back to. You're going to be in the group. You can ask questions at any time from anyone who is in your group. So I don't think there really isn't a reason not to do it. And I would hope somebody wouldn't talk themselves out of it.
I hope you enjoyed all of those stories. All of these ladies started in different spots with their businesses, and they all had different goals for what they wanted their business to look like in the end. But the thing that was the same with all of them is they all knew they needed help. Maybe they didn't know how to get started. That was true for a lot of them. Maybe they just didn't know how to get their questions answered, questions about building the business, or what do I need to know, or where do I need to go, or how is this going to work? They didn't know how to get those questions answered. Maybe they just wanted speed. They knew that they wanted to get this business built as quickly as possible, and they didn't want to get stuck on the way. They didn't want to waste time. That might have been their problem as well. Maybe they just knew that they were likely to get frustrated on this path. That's true of all of us. And they just wanted to remove the possibility that they would get stuck in some frustrating spot and not know how to move forward. Maybe they needed encouragement. Maybe they knew that building this business amongst a group of people who are going to become this close-knit community, this group of friends, maybe they just knew that that was going to be the most fun way to do it, and they didn't want to miss out on that fun. So all of these things are the backstories, the reasons these ladies got involved in Build Your Business, but the end outcome is the same. They got their businesses up and running. Now, some of them did it in the 9 weeks, in the 9-week program. Some of them checked the boxes all along, and in the end, they had it together. Some people, it took a little bit longer. Some were more of I need to do this at my own pace, but I know that all the information is there, and when I have time and when I'm ready, I'm going to know exactly how to get this done. So if this appeals to you, the links again are in the description of this video. Vision Week will get you started for free. Remember, that's our free workshop where we're going to just take you a couple steps down the path of getting started with this whole not just the idea of building the business and making some of those decisions, but also some of the mental things that you need to kind of think about as you walk down this path of becoming an entrepreneur. Does that word scare you? Maybe it does. Maybe it causes some butterflies to flit around a little bit, but that's what you're going to be. And it's not a scary place, especially if you surround yourself with other people who are doing that exact same thing. So Vision Week will get you started for free. That link is in the description. Build Your Business is our 9-week soap business coaching course. And if you stick with me through that course, you can have your business up and running in 9 weeks. So I hope to see you in both of those things. Again, the details and the links are in the description of this video. Go ahead and click those, check them out, and I hope to see you both places. But no matter what, best wishes as you build your soap business. I know you heard one of the ladies say this in the videos, but we are not competitors. We are each other's cheerleaders. There is so much room. There are so many people who need the product we're producing. And I just hope that you find exactly what you're looking for and a whole bunch of people to serve as you build your soap business. I hope to see you in one of our groups.